Whispering Pines. In the small, secluded town of Whispering Pines, life moved at a gentle, unhurried pace. The town was nestled deep within a forest, its charming cottages and winding paths surrounded by towering pine trees that whispered secrets to anyone who listened closely enough. It was a place of serenity, where the outside world seemed a distant memory. Olivia had come to Whispering Pines seeking solace. The hustle and bustle of the city had worn her down, and she longed for a retreat where she could reconnect with herself. She had rented a cozy cabin on the edge of the forest, hoping to find peace and inspiration for her writing. Her cabin was perfect, a rustic wooden structure with a stone fireplace, large windows that framed the forest outside, and a porch with a swing where she could sit and watch the world go by. The scent of pine and earth filled the air, and the only sounds were the gentle rustling of leaves and the occasional call of a bird. On her first morning in Whispering Pines, Olivia decided to explore the forest. She packed a small bag with a notebook, a pen, and some snacks, and set off on one of the many trails that wound through the trees. The forest was enchanting, with dappled sunlight filtering through the canopy and casting patterns on the forest floor. She felt a sense of calm wash over her as she walked, her mind clearing with each step. After a while, Olivia came upon a clearing with a small, crystal-clear pond at its center. The water sparkled in the sunlight, and she could see fish swimming lazily beneath the surface. A large, flat rock by the edge of the pond looked like the perfect spot to sit and write, so she settled down and opened her notebook. As she began to jot down her thoughts, she heard a soft rustling behind her. Turning, she saw a man emerging from the trees. He was tall and ruggedly handsome, with tousled brown hair and warm brown eyes that seemed to hold a world of secrets. He smiled when he saw her, a friendly, open smile that put her at ease. "Hello there," he greeted her. "I didn't expect to see anyone else out here." "Hi," Olivia replied, smiling back. "I'm just doing some writing. It's so peaceful here." "It is," he agreed, stepping closer. "I'm Ethan, by the way. I live in the cabin down the trail." "Nice to meet you, Ethan. I'm Olivia. I just arrived in Whispering Pines yesterday." Ethan nodded, sitting down on the rock next to her. "Welcome to our little corner of paradise. What brings you here?" "I needed a break from the city," Olivia said, glancing around at the tranquil scene. "I'm a writer, and I was hoping to find some inspiration here." "Well, you've certainly come to the right place," Ethan said with a chuckle. "This forest has a way of sparking creativity." They spent the afternoon talking, sharing stories about their lives and their love for nature. Ethan had grown up in Whispering Pines and knew the forest like the back of his hand. He told Olivia about the best trails to explore, the hidden waterfalls, and the old abandoned cabin that was said to be haunted. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the forest, Ethan stood up. "It's getting late. Would you like to join me for dinner? My place is just down the trail and I make a mean pasta." Olivia hesitated for a moment, then smiled. "I'd love that." Ethan's cabin was charming, with a cozy, lived-in feel. The walls were lined with bookshelves filled with an eclectic mix of novels, nature guides, and old maps. The scent of fresh herbs and garlic filled the air as Ethan cooked, and Olivia felt a sense of warmth and comfort that she hadn't experienced in a long time. They enjoyed a delicious meal, talking and laughing as if they had known each other for years. After dinner, they moved to the porch, where they sat in comfortable silence, watching the stars twinkle in the clear night sky. The sound of the forest at night was soothing, a gentle symphony of crickets and rustling leaves. As the evening drew to a close, Olivia felt a deep sense of contentment. She realized that in just one day, Whispering Pines had already begun to work its magic on her. She had found not only the peace she was seeking, but also a connection that felt genuine and meaningful. Over the next few weeks, Olivia and Ethan spent a lot of time together, exploring the forest, sharing meals, and discovering the joys of simple, unhurried living. They grew closer with each passing day, their bond deepening as they shared their hopes, dreams, and fears. One evening, as they sat by the pond under a canopy of stars, Ethan took Olivia's hand. "You know, I've always believed that this forest has a way of bringing people together," he said softly. "I'm really glad it brought you here." "Me too," Olivia whispered, her heart swelling with emotion. "This place, and you, have brought me more peace and happiness than I ever imagined." Ethan smiled, leaning in to kiss her gently. At that moment, surrounded by the beauty and tranquility of Whispering Pines, Olivia knew she had found not just a temporary escape, but a new beginning. The forest had whispered its secrets to her, and she had listened, finding love and inspiration in the most unexpected place.